Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to our movie club. We are continuing with the series Squid Game. We are close to the end, but I have not watched the end yet. So please, no spoilers. Today we have episode 7 called VIP. Well, do you remember what is VIP?
Very important person.
Okay. Who is a very important person in, let's say, in our family?
Maybe in your government, Ivan, in your government.
Smallest brother.
Smallest brother is very important person. Why?
Because when he don't want to walk,
Doesn't want to walk.
doesn't want to walk, he doesn't want to get dressed.
Get dressed. Okay.
Get dressed clothes, and we can't live.
Yeah. So he has power out of all of us, right? Okay. I see. Okay, so I'm sharing the screen with this talking points. Thanks to teacher Lee. I watched it a few weeks ago. I forgot some details probably, but main characters are still the same, right? Well, anyone new?
No.
No. Okay, so we're not going to read this then. Okay, let's start with the talking points. So the first one, Jehan, please cover this.
Okay. Can you hear my voice very well first?
Yes.
Okay. How did the number of remaining players decrease from 17 to 16? One of them decided to commit a suicide, so he hanged himself.
Why?
Yeah, but why?
I think he's the one who lost his wife, so he couldn't bear the pain. And before that, he asked them to stop the game, but no one accepted. So this is his last choice, to die.
Yeah. How he lost his wife? Do you remember?
In the marble game, because they play as partners against each other, and they didn't know that at first. So the wife sacrificed herself, and he couldn't go on with it.
So how do you think? Can we say that he killed his wife, or it's not the case?
Maybe they agreed on it. So
Yeah,
she wanted to die.
It didn't show if it's like the two girls, if the one let the other one win, or if they really competed. It didn't really show that. That would have been a good part of the movie, a good part of the episode.
Yeah, but in general, I know there are like a few different verbs, right? To kill someone, or another one is manslaughter, or how we call it?
Manslaughter.
Manslaughter.
Well, here it's playing a game. You're not really killing them. You're just beating them in a game, and someone else is killing them. So we would say either causing their death or allowing them to die.
Yeah, I see. So, but if I were here, I would feel like I'm a killer, right? So I won this game, so I made something.
Ultimate, you're the ultimate cause of their death. By winning the game, you have doomed them to die. Yeah.
Interesting. What will a tribunal say in this case? Let's say someone kidnapped me and forced me to play a game and told me that, the loser will be eliminated. So am I a crime or not?
Criminal.
Criminal.
Yeah. I would say no, because your hand is not pulling the trigger,
Yeah, and I'm not deciding to play this game, right? I was forced to do this.
That's right. Alec Baldwin is guilty. He pulled the trigger.
But he is refusing this now, right?
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. Yeah.
Okay, so I guess we covered this. But there are what else? What else can you recall about these verbs? About causing the death. So it's a causing the death, manslaughter, right? Manslaughtering, killing. What else could be? If I did something unintentionally, let's say I wasn't aware what I'm doing.
We just call it manslaughter,
Okay.
or murder in the third degree is a legal way we say it.
Mhm.
First degree is the worst, and then second degree, and then an accidental death by your hand is called murder in the third degree or manslaughter. It's
Mhm.
like a car, like you're driving a car and somebody walks in front of you and you're looking away and you run over him and kill him. It
Mhm.
wasn't intentional, it was an accident. That would be called manslaughter.
Yeah, interesting. Interesting. What if I'm a programmer who programmed a driverless car, right? Our favorite example.
Yeah, who is to blame? Yeah, your employer, you, the car manufacturer.
Yeah. Because my boss told me always choose the oldest one, as a victim.
That's right.
And I did
That's
so,
right.
but I did not decide, right? So it's interesting. It's
Yeah.
interesting. I don't know how we resolve this.
I don't
Okay,
know.
second talking point is how did frontman discover that he had an intruder hiding in his quarters? Oh, do you know who is intruder?
No.
It's someone who who violated your property, if I understand it right. So someone who invited in your territory. Am I correct, teacher Lee? Intruder,
Infiltrator also.
infiltrator. Okay,
Infiltrator, yep.
Okay. What
Infiltrator
about?
has a little different connotation, but it's the same idea.
Mhm.
They're on
What
your
about?
property and they're not supposed to be on your property. They're what we call an uninvited guest.
Yes, okay. What about quarters? Well, do you know what is quarters? You probably heard headquarters, company headquarters.
No.
Oh, so how would we explain what is quarters?
Quarters.
Quarters.
In the offices of the boss.
Hmm. I think it's not only about bosses, right? It can be any buildings of company. Am I right?
Mhm.
Quarter can be a verb. When you quarter someone, this is an old American Revolution, 1776 use of the word.
Mhm.
But to quarter someone is to let a stranger come into your home and you give them a place to sleep and you give them meals. So you feed them and give them lodging. That
Mhm.
is you're quartering someone. So quarters is where you live and eat, or where you live, where you stay and sleep anyway. Where you sleep and generally eat your meals is your living quarters.
Mhm.
So headquarters is where the head organization stays or lives and eats. Living quarters is where anybody lives and sleeps, eats and sleeps.
Mhm.
So headquarters and living quarters really are related in the fact that quarters is where you live, where you eat and sleep, and generally stay when you're not doing something.
I see. Thank you very much. Okay, well, what do you think?
Yvonne,
Yeah. Yes.
in the old days, the British military, when they came to a town to fight a war, they would make civilians quarter their soldiers.
Mhm. And
So
they paid.
soldiers
Right?
would go into homes, and the citizens had to feed the soldiers and give them a place to sleep.
Mhm.
Our Constitution specifically has a clause that says we don't have to quarter military soldiers.
So people were fed up of this, right? So because it's in
Yeah,
constitution.
yeah.
Okay. As far as I remember, for instance, in Second World War, Soviet army had quarters in Germany, some cities, so they forced civilians to give place for soldiers. But as far as I remember, they paid for this, so with money. So I don't know,
Wow.
should we count it or not?
Do we believe that? Yeah, I don't know.
But they like, why not? They paid in rubles, so it's safe. Nobody
Yeah.
will spend them. Okay, well, so do you understand what is intruder, right?
Yes.
In quarter. So how did the frontman discover it?
Because frontman had landline phone,
Mhm.
and he take
He got a call.
he take it in other ways that he saw.
Okay. So he has, how we call it? He has a headset,
Receiver.
right? Receiver, headset. I don't know how we call it.
Handset.
Handset. So he had a handset, and usually he places it in
We
like
put it on the hook.
on the hook.
On
He
the
placed
hook.
it on the hook with a wire, like looking down, for instance,
The
right?
cord, yep.
Cord.
When you
Okay.
when you hang up, you can have the cord on the right or the cord on the left.
Mhm,
And
mhm.
you can have your cord tangled up, or you can have your cord in a nice open circle.
Mhm, mhm.
So Frontman was very meticulous. He always put the phone receiver or the handset down on the hook, facing a certain direction all the time. Obsessive-compulsive behavior, maybe.
Do we call such people something like pedant or something like this? No,
No,
like
not that I can
pedantic
think.
behavior or something.
We would call them
I-
obsessive-compulsive.
Obsessive.
Meticulous.
Meticulous.
Meticulous, yep.
Yeah. So always there, like right, this chair must be there, right? This my cup staying on the table in the center, as I say.
Yeah, we call it OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder. So it's a mental illness where your body is your body is compelled to do things a certain way, and you can't not do it, or you'll go crazy.
But
Yeah.
but many wives are like this, and you cannot say that. You cannot say them that.
My wife is that way about cleaning. Everything in our house generally is spotless. You can put on a white glove and go around and there's no dirt anywhere. She wants clean. Yeah.
Well, it's no, I cannot blame a wife for this, right? So what harm does it make?
So a person that's obsessive compulsive, we call them a freak, a blank freak. So my wife is a clean freak.
Okay.
Some people are control freaks. They got to control everything. The wife can't talk to anyone. The wife can't have any money. The wife can't go outside. The wife can't have any friends. He wants to control everything. So it can be scary.
Well, I can understand this. I think that I'm suffer sometimes from control, like freak feature, because I don't like when someone driving the car, not me. I don't like when someone makes plan for me or something like this. I always like to control every aspect of this.
Yeah. So a little bit OCD. Yep. You're a control freak. You like to make your own decisions and arrangements. Yeah.
Yeah, so I feel like, and I can't really control this. So I feel uncomfortable if someone, says we go to the left, then to the right. It doesn't matter for me, but I want to decide on myself.
Yeah.
It's funny. Okay, so but it's strange that like front man remember about this phone. What about this? I don't know, cleaning personnel or someone else could be in the room, I guess. But now he knows that there was someone else, and he understands that it was an intruder, right? Okay, there we go by our tokens to the game. Gerard, could you please take number 4?
Okay.
Explain the rules of the fifth game. What are the chances of the lead player getting across the bridge? Hint, there is a 50% chance of surviving when taking a step forward, and there are 16 steps total.
Mm-hmm.
So there is a bridge. There are two rows of glass squares, and you need to jump for one square to another. And one of the square of the rows is with normal glass, and the other one is with tempered glass. And the glass with tempered glass only can support the weight of a person at the time.
Two
So
people. Yeah.
there is an order. There is an order of having to walk to the bridge, to cross the bridge. So the people who have the last numbers have more chances to survive.
Yeah.
And then there is a guy that work with the glass and have the ability to see which glass, to make the difference between tempered glass and regular glass.
But we'll go to that. Let's speak about chances. So let's say we have only, say, one level, right? So one step. We need to make one step, and there is a 50% chance, right? So we have this 50%. What about two steps? If we need to do two steps, how many chances do we have?
25%, I think. 25 and progressively reducing.
Yeah, it's but how progressively? It's very fast, right? So if we have three steps, so how many?
I think you have decreasing for two your
Yeah.
chances.
Yeah, every time. So it's you multiplying the numbers, like one divide
One
two,
time
one divide
two,
four.
two time two, three, two time two time two, two
Yeah.
time two time two time two. It goes up by powers of two.
Powers of two. And it's raised very, very fast, right?
But
So
there
your
is a
chances-
way. There is a way of cheating in this game. I don't know whether you realized. You know, there is the beams that support the glass. If you step, over the beams, you could cross the bridge, maybe, probably.
Maybe they shoot you, after you step on.
Maybe yes, maybe they would shoot you. But actually, the rules don't say anything about that. The rules don't say you have to step the glass. You have to cross the bridge.
Yeah, but I guess that's right. Yeah.
Yeah,
As long as there's no hole. Yeah. When one pane's been broken, then there's a hole there. But you're right. Yeah. Initially, yeah.
I say that because I done that when I was a child. We have roofs made with a material not very fragile, and we step over the beams to cross.
Well, it's the same thing. If I go up into my attic, if above my ceiling, our ceiling's made out of dry wood. It's weak material. You step on it, you'll just fall right through the ceiling. So we have to walk on the wooden beams. When I go up into the attic to fix an electrical wire or something, we have to walk on the wooden beams because if we step between the wood, we'll just fall right through the ceiling. Yeah. Yep.
Okay, so we understand that the more steps we should do, the less chances we have, right? That's the difference between the first player and the last player, right? The only one.
You've got to get lucky 16 times.
First one, right?
In a row.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I wonder, do you really remember there were 16 steps? Because it seems for me that for 16 steps, if you have 16 people, right, the chances are very high that one will survive. Because let's say 15 people fail it, right? So you still have like 50% chance.
Well, yeah, if 15 people go before you,
yeah,
then the last guy's chance is 50-50.
Yeah, but if anyone had like one luck, then you are already won. The last one already won.
That's right. That's right.
So to be the last one, it's hard to lose. Like
well, you've got one chance in two, right? You've got to make that. Yeah, if everyone loses.
Yeah, but it's not likely that everyone loses, right? And if anyone make one additional step, you're already safe, right? You say, "Wow,
yeah,
it's good." So this game
remember,
doesn't. Yeah, please.
Yeah. Remember when it was Gi-hun's time, number 16? He forgot which.
Yeah. Which road was got before?
Which pane the guy guessed right on at step one? Which one did he step on? And the girl helped him, or he might have stepped on the wrong one and died immediately. So she said, "Keep your head on, focus."
Not to remember this. It's exactly. It's additional like complexity. If it was a right step, so you can forget what was the right one, right? Because they are not broken, both.
Yeah.
But
exactly.
Actually, the probability that 16 people get mistake, it's almost impossible, you know. So
Yeah.
probably you were the 16th, you would have the chance to cross the bridge without any problem.
Yeah,
Because
that's my point.
yeah,
Yeah.
yes.
That's my point. Is if amount of people and amount of steps is equal, so the last one is very privileged one. You know, it's almost automatically is going to win.
Mhm.
So this game it's not that cruel.
not for number 16. Yeah.
Mhm.
So Gerard, you told us that you already played this game in your childhood, right?
No, okay, walking in the roof, we know, with a very fragile material, and we
Okay.
walk over the beam, so otherwise we could fall down.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah.
I see.
And actually, this material was made by asbestos, you know, this material that's toxic.
Yeah.
Now it's
asbestos.
forbidden, of course.
Yeah, now it's probably in past we used them a lot.
Mhm.
Okay, so we understand about the game. So we understand that chances are power of twos, and people usually underestimate how much grows this power of twos, right? Well, let's say we have 10 steps, right? What will be power of two?
2, 4, 8.
2048, right? So if I remember, so it grows very
Oh, yeah.
fast.
Two to the 16 is like one chance in 65,000 or something.
Right.
It's
Right.
better than the lottery, but still you're likely to die. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, let's go to the next one. Describe how the minor players die and what strategies they use to try to get across. Sarah, could you please cover this question?
Yes. So the minor players are those who took the first numbers, right? So each one depends on the previous one. And some of them just push the previous one just to check, I think, if the glass will break or not. And they based on their intuition. So just guess, they don't know. But those who took the last numbers, like Jehan and the others, they based on someone who was specialized on glass.
Yeah.
So yes, he told them he can tell the difference between the tempered and the normal glass by examining the reflection, I think, of light.
Mhm.
And so they managed to cross the glass until I think maybe 2 or 3 tiles remaining. Then when they discover out, the front man just dim the light or turn off the light. So he failed. Then he failed to tell. Then he asked if someone has anything, so we kind of drop it, and based on the sound. Then I remember Johan gave a marble, but it seemed it didn't work because he needed another one.
Mhm.
Then Mi-nyeo, I think, because they are running out of time, he pushed that poor man, then he fell. Then after that, all the remaining 4 managed to cross.
Yeah, exactly. We did not mention one thing. We did not mention that there was a time pressure as always, right? So it was a fixed amount of time to finish the game, all right? And it's interesting because it's open and new strategy for us, right? This time pressure. It's interesting. And I think it will be so. And speaking about this light and reflections. So why do you think frontman decided to switch off the lights? Because he wanted what? He wanted a game of pure luck, not a game of, I don't know, a skill of something.
Yeah, he wanted it to be fair opportunity to every player.
Okay.
Yes.
So all your previous experience does not matter or should
Mhm.
not matter, right?
Yeah, his glass work experience gave him an advantage, and that
Mhm.
benefited everybody behind him, but nobody in front of him. So
I think the reason was he didn't want to have too many winners. So
Okay.
he needed to eliminate people.
Yeah.
well,
But
plus
why? Yeah.
the VIPs are there to watch suspense and stress, and if they could easily cross, the VIPs are not entertained.
Exactly. So it will not be a game of nerve, right? It's someone is just looking the reflection. So it's a boring game, right? Why
Yeah.
you selling me this for for the money, right?
Exactly. Yeah. So Frontman was under pressure to make it dangerous.
Yeah, make it, how to say it, make it vivios, or what's the word for this? Make it bright, right? Make this game very entertaining.
Yeah. Suspenseful.
But it's
yeah.
not fair again, don't you think? Because those who took the last numbers, like 15, 16, are, as you said, their chances are more than the others. So I don't think it's a fair game.
Well, yeah, but consider this. There were 16 numbers, and people
Yes.
didn't know what the game was. They were given a choice to pick 1 to 16.
But they give them, I think, hint and told
No.
them it will be in order.
Well, yeah, I said you're going to go in order, but that doesn't necessarily. The first guy might be. I'm trying to think why the first guy might be lucky. If the time is short, the first guy has a chance to get across in time. The last guy, he might not make it in time because he's at the back of the line. So you don't know what the game is. You don't know if being first is good or bad.
Yeah.
And you can run and pick your own number. So I think it was fair because no one knew what the game was. Now, if somebody had known what the game was and everybody had gone for number 16, that wouldn't have been fair.
Yes, Jehan was fortunate since he took the last numbers.
Yeah, nobody wants to be first or last, right? Everybody wants to be in the middle. It's a human thing. Let somebody else go first. Yeah.
Right.
But I think it's an additional torture, for someone who chooses the number first. So he think I did it, intentionally, and look at me where I am now.
In computer technology, like in computer games, we say never buy revision 0 of the game because it's going to have all kind of problems and bugs in it. Wait until the next revision comes out, and then it'll work better.
Yeah. Never update to minor revision, right? To fresh revision. Okay, let's speak about time and gangster strategy. Number 6. Gi-hun, could you please?
Okay. Describe the gangster's strategy to survive long enough to get across the bridge. I remember he was pressuring those who are ahead of him to pass. But when they all died, he told those behind him that he will not move on. So they have the choice either to die with him all, or they go ahead of him. So that girl, I can't remember her name. She told him that she will go. But she
Mi-nyeo, I guess, this woman, the pathetic woman.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
So she hugged him or clenched on him. Clenched. I don't remember this word. And they all fall, I guess.
Yeah. So she risked his and her life together, right? To check this material, right?
Really, what it was, she figured she's going to die anyway. So the only victory she can win is to make him die with her. So she gets revenge. I like her mindset. I'm going to die anyway, so I want you to die with me.
Guys, I'm sorry for interrupting you, but I have a question. Why did she seem to hold a grudge against him? So is that because she had a relationship with him and he maybe cheated on her, or I don't know?
He betrayed her. He betrayed her. Right? Yeah.
So she had a relationship with him?
She had sex. She had sex with him.
So she used to love him, maybe?
No, she traded sex for protection. Let me be on your team with all the strong men, and I'll give you sex.
Oh, I see.
But in the next game, she was a woman and weak, and he knew in advance that it was a tug of war. So he knew that a woman would be a disadvantage. So in the next game, he would not take her on the team, even though he promised that he would. So he betrayed her.
Oh, I see. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. And called her names, called her stupid and bitch and other names, and shamed and humiliated her in front of everyone. So basically, he pissed her off.
But speaking about this gangster strategy, I'm really surprised that not everyone used this strategy. You know, if I'm going to die anyway, why should I step on this, you know, shaky glasses? I will stubborn as a, you know, stubborn. Let you go first. You die, then me. You know, so I expected some kind of fight between participants. Not that everyone, you know, just will go because they told to.
Well,
Maybe
yeah,
because there's time.
yeah. No one thought of it. I mean, if they'd had more time, they might have thought of it, but they just thought, I've got to go first. What do I do? And they have to pick. Yeah, they just didn't think logically. They were too scared to think calmly. Yeah.
Yeah, because the strategy, you know, we all have time pressure, but I don't want to be first, so we can all die, or you can have some chances, so you decide. It looks pretty, I cannot say it's smart, it's pretty selfish, at least, but it might save you, this strategy.
Yeah.
So this Gaster, eventually he not that
But
stupid.
still, it didn't work for him. So it didn't work. He didn't make it. So
He didn't make it because he already had some enemy, right? Before.
yeah.
Yeah.
He was a, how we call it, a social type, right? So he people don't like him.
We have a saying, don't burn your bridges behind you. That means don't leave enemies behind you, because if you've got to turn around and go back across the bridge again and you've burned the bridge behind you, you can't go back. So by making her hate him, he burned the bridge between her and him, so he can't go back. She's going to hate him forever now.
Yeah. I think it's a stupid strategy to make like enemy in circumstances when you have uncertainty, right? You don't know what will happen. Maybe you will need someone's help. Maybe someone will decide, you know, who will kill the next one. Let's say it will be a vote, right?
We have a saying, be nice to your colleague, because he may be your boss someday.
Exactly. And it happened with me many times. Okay, let's go to the next one. Describe how Sangwoo, who is Sangwoo? Do you remember? Jehan's friend, right?
Yes.
It's the guy who killed Pakistani guy, right?
Who betrayed Ali? Yes.
Okay. How Sangwoo advanced forward at least twice? Do you remember? So advanced, what does it mean? Advanced forward. Do you understand?
No.
Like move it forward. Advanced, it's like, you know, move forward. So he made at least twice. So he made 2 steps, right? Do you remember how it happens?
No.
No? Okay, let's ask someone else. Gerard, do you remember? And you muted, Gerard.
I think he pushed one guy.
Push,
so shove. What's the word? Shove?
Shoved. Yep.
Shoved.
Another strategy, right? Don't tell with them, just push them forward.
Shove.
So when he won 1 step because of this, right? He made 1 step more, but he died eventually, right?
Yes, I don't know how he died. I don't remember. Do you remember?
No, not exactly.
He survived. You mean?
Yes,
Sangwoo?
he survived. Actually, yeah, he survived. He was okay. I'm not going to do a spoiler alert.
I guess he was near the end. I think, right? He was near the end. So,
but one thing, I think the last glass. What I would do if I only I could jump over the last glass. You know, you don't need to step, because on the other side the surface is is very solid.
if you can jump that far, yeah.
Yeah,
I don't- I
it
don't-
wasn't that far. It wasn't that more than 2 meters. Anybody can jump that. But like anybody 40 years old can jump. Good jump, but
But I guess these participants, they are kind of got habit to obey, you know, they are demoralized. Do you remember the first games, right? When snipers shoot everyone who disobey. So probably they just scared, they go, Barus, no, I was told to step on this step.
Yeah,
So
if you cheat, if you cheat, they might just shoot you. Yeah.
Right. So probably this. Okay. So and okay, not finished yet. So about the policeman. Sarah, do you remember Jehan A, the policeman, number 8?
Yes, I think he was hiding in the front man room and wait until the VIP arrived. And when they arrived, I think, he pointed his gun at the waiter and took off, took the clothes or the suit of that man. Then, he went to serve the VIP who were watching the game. And what happened then? One of the VIP was gay, and he asked the policeman to go, I think, to I don't know, to gratify his desire.
Yep. Yeah.
Then what happened? The policeman just pointed his gun on the forehead of that gay, and I don't know what happened next. Yeah, I remember. Then he filmed him while he was convincing about what kind of game is that, I think, right?
Yes, he was recording in his
Yes,
phone.
recording. Yes.
So he got a kind of a confession about what the game was, who did it, when,
But
why
did
they
he kill
do
him?
it.
I don't know if he killed him or not.
No, I just knocked him out.
But he wasn't stupid. He was supposed to kill him.
Well, if you shoot a gun, everyone else is going to hear the bullet. So he just hit him with the gun handle and knocked him out.
Yeah.
So actually, policeman almost succeeded his mission, right? He has a confession, he has all recorded, he escaped.
I forgot to mention, he also put or hide his phone while the camera is on his what do you call it? On his sleeve.
Hall, maybe?
Yeah, no, in his sleep while the game was on. So to record everything. Yeah, that's what I remember.
Good. Okay, what about number 9, Gerard? I skipped you. Sorry for the previous question. What was the outcome of the 5th game? Or who won? How it ended?
the 5th game, the bridge.
Yes, the bridge.
Yeah.
But the player 45-6, the protagonist, his friend. How many people did? I don't know. How remember? 3 people? Or 2?
I think 3, as far as I remember.
And the third
Yes,
one
3.
was the girl?
Yeah.
That's a North Korean girl.
Yeah, I think so. And there was some kind of
yes, I remember. When the game was finished, there was an explosion and blew up, and the glass shatters and hit especially the girl, injured the girl.
What was the reason of this blast? What do you think? I don't
Theatricals, I would say. Something a little bit stupid, something to please the VIPs.
If you're standing on a glass pane when the time runs out, your glass is going to blow up and you're going to fall through the bottom, so.
Okay. So time is over. So we destroy all the glass and you go down. Okay.
Yeah. So they started running at the end. They said, run! Boom, 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 boom. Jump! Yeah.
And the girl, she got a lot of damage, right, from these glasses. Probably she's going to die or something, as far as I remember.
She was injured.
Yeah, she was injured like seriously, right? Severely, as far as I remember. Okay, and we have a last one. How does the episode end? Gi-hun, do you remember? What was the end of the episode?
I remember the front man got a call from one of the staff telling him that one of the VIP men was knocked down. So the intruder ran away, and the front man saw him. And also one of the scuba diving equipments was missing. And it seems like these equipments have a tracker on them. So they knew where he was heading. It was to another island.
And
I guess that's all.
they found him, right? So,
We didn't see yet. Just
Okay.
while they were like running after him.
okay. I see. Okay, anything else that we forgot to mention?
So the way it ended was the policeman came up and stuck his head out of the water
Mhm.
and started looking around. And the front man and some cronies were in a boat coming after him because they could track where he was. So when he came up, we don't know if the front man was there or not. So that's the suspense.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let's hold the suspense for the next week. Shall we? Okay, nice. I think that idea with talking points usually is very good. So we can improvise somehow, and at the same time we can just follow the plot. So we don't.
Yeah.
So it's a very good idea. I think we should continue with that. So this time we don't have a title slide because it was combined from many sessions. So, but we'll start from this one. Okay, well, would you like to start?
Yes.
Be loud.
I can see VIPs.
VIPs.
Yeah, VIPs. And they have masks.
Or they wear masks, right?
Is I can see eagle, deer, or elk. I don't know. Cat, lion, and
Lamb or ox.
ox.
Probably it's a lamb, right? This antlers to the down.
Yeah, some kind of a sheep or lamb or mountain goat.
Oh, okay. Yes, I forgot this B sound is silent, right? So it's a lamb. It's not lamb, it's lamb.
Lamb, yeah, lamb.
And the pig, right? It's the pig, the last one.
It's like a pig.
I don't remember. Or
I
bear.
think
Bear. Okay, so what?
I think this.
Like a bird, right? Like a bird. Okay. Okay, so why they wear masks?
So others don't know their face.
Yeah, to hide their personality, right? Because they're doing like illegal business. If everyone knows who they are, it will be a problem. Okay, why is this mask gold? Made of gold, I think. Well, looks like made of gold.
Because they are VIPs.
Yeah, to show their status, right? Everything must be gold. Very nice. Okay, anything else? What we can see there? Okay, we can see a helicopter, I can see, and we can see a lot of guards, and probably there is no reason for so many guards. So it's a kind of paying respects, right? Usually, how we call them? Usually, you don't have your mic.
We would call it an honor guard.
Honored guard, yeah. So, and I can see some kind of a red lamp. I don't understand what is this exactly. On one guy, on the guy in the front of VIPs. So I don't know. So, something strange. I did not notice it before.
I don't know what that is.
Okay, and my impression that helicopter is kind of small for this 6 people.
Seems like it, yeah.
Probably everyone arrived in own helicopter. And we see only the last one. Okay, should we go or anything else we can mention? Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, Gi-hun, would you please to describe this picture?
Okay. Here's when they are hearing the instructions of the game, that they have to choose one of the vests. I don't know what to say, or it's so simple.
Okay, let me ask you. Vova just noticed it and asked me why one guy has a number 001. It was an old man number. Do you remember? And old man is dead already. So some inconsistency, you know, in the movie. Yeah, 001. It was a number of old man.
I didn't notice.
I know at one point 456 gave his jacket to the old man to cover his pants that he peed in. And I remember the old man gave it back to him later. I don't remember that the old man ever gave him 001. He might be wearing it in respect, in memory of the old man. Yeah. Like if he wins, the old man wins, you know.
Yeah, your soul, my soul lives in you, right? Something like
Yeah.
Okay. How we call this white small figurine or mannequin?
Mannequin or dummy.
Dummy. Okay. I found these vests kind of misleading. You know, when I see such kind of vest, I'm thinking about I don't know, ski racing or something like this. So it looks like what sportsmen wear during competition.
Yeah, just a contestant number. Contestant number 4 is in the lead. You know.
Yeah, but the form of it, so it's a vest, you know. So sometimes you are going to do something active, you know, not just model showing or something. Okay, so we know there are 16 of them, and everything is crystal white, right? Only white, no colors. Do you remember the previous decorations? They were childish, right? They were childish, many colors, some fun. This one is different. Okay, anything else? No. Okay, let's go. I also see that all these Korean people, they have like the same style of hair, right? Black, solid, and a lot of how we call it, dense hair or something.
Yeah, probably thick black hair and probably brown eyes.
Okay, the next one. Gerard, would you please tell us?
Okay. Here we can see the VIPs. They are very comfortable. Some people are working like human statues, like human tables or decoration. And everything is just still Baroque style. A lot of lavish plants around the decoration. So it's like showing that there is wealth here. And even they have personal waiters. I think this one is this one the police officer?
Yes.
Yeah.
And the VIP, an old man, maybe in his 60s and at least. And I think he's gay and likes the the police officer. He cares about more. Looks like cares more about the guy, the waiter, than the game.
But do you remember, because he lost the game already? He was his participant, his how we call it, stake, or the one who he put his money on was the first one. So he was like the first one who lost the money.
And
he's the guy that bet on 69 and 96, I think.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Teacher Lee, how would you call these these clothes he's wearing, the VIP here?
We call it a bathrobe.
Bathrobe.
If it's short, like above mid-thigh, middle of the thigh, we'd call it a kimono.
Okay.
But if it's long, we call it a bathrobe.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Kimonos are Japanese, I think.
Look at these colors. A lot of gold and black, right? Mix it together. On the
And
left, I can. Yeah. Please.
Everything has a big cat theme. A
Mhm.
big cat is a wild animal like a lion, a tiger, a leopard, a jaguar, a cheetah. Those are all called big cats.
Mhm.
And they're wild. They got stripes. They got spots. Everything here, the lamp, the girl's decorations, the couch cover, everything. The lamp on the left has a cat as its foot, as its base. Everything's got a big cat look. I don't know why.
I don't know. Probably
And
it's
look,
a.
and the wallpaper looks like a jungle.
Yeah. 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 So I know that in Emirates, in Middle East, some people use these big cats as pets to show, they money or something, to boast about that. So I have seen some pictures of these sheikhs. Okay, so policeman is unhappy, I can see. And what else? Yes. Okay, let's go.
So the policeman was between a rock and a hard place. Take off your mask. Sir, if I take off my mask, they'll kill me. If you don't take off your mask, I'll kill you.
He's in a predicament, yeah. Quandary.
Uh,
So the policeman seemed to be infatuated with the charming eye of that policeman.
Probably a pedophile too, yeah.
Okay, let's go to the next one. Sarah, could you please?
Yes, this is when the game's on. So these contestants are based on their intuition, so they guess. So they try to, based on the guess, as I said, and to jump from one tile to another. And what else? I don't know what to say.
Okay, we can see a
It
timer
seems like
in the center.
it's like a theater.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't it like
Yeah,
a theater, like the curtain? Yes.
It looks like a circus, right? So it's a round
Yes, circus.
circus, and these curtains with violet. Is it violet? How we call it?
Maroon, I'd call it.
Okay, so it looks like a circus. So this type of labs, it's interesting.
Curtain, the red curtain.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and we can see a timer, and we know 7 minutes left, so we have to hurry up. Not time to.
They put them in the pressure, yeah.
Time pressure.
While the VVI are watching them. What killed me the most when the VIB are watching and this game filled them with euphoria and merriment. So I don't know, I feel like their hearts are made of stone. So they're enjoying.
Yeah.
Well, yes, it's an interesting question. Why suffering, why watching or contemplating suffering makes you good? I cannot answer this question.
Well,
they came along to watch it in real.
I mean, they're watching people make life and death decisions. So they're kind of experiencing the thrill vicariously. They're not in danger themselves, but they're seeing people think, and they're kind of secondhand feeling the suspense and the fear, but they themselves are doing it in safety. They're doing it at someone else's expense.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, it's like this Disneyland mountains, right? You are safe, but you full of adrenaline. Okay. Gi-hun, could you please explain this picture? Describe it.
Okay. Here's when the VIB are watching at the starting of the game. They didn't know what is it yet. The players were just choosing their rests. And as Gerard said, I see some people like working as a part of the furniture. it seems every one of them has his own booth. Maybe I can say it like this. With a specific color and design.
Yeah, own sofa with own, I don't know, raised place.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Raised platform. Yep.
And a big screen.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And again, a style of something old-fashioned, right? This screen is put on this arch, and this arch looks kind of a circus to me, with with some ropes, some decorations. Yeah, and the design, the decoration is different, right? That on previous room, but still, still strange. Okay, let's go to the next one. Vova, do you remember what is happening here?
Some man, I don't remember his name, want to know what
What kind of glass it is, right?
yes. And he's look
He's looking.
he's looking on the glass.
Yeah, he's looking. He's like watching to find a reflection of the light, some kind of clues that makes him understand, right? What is kind of.
Have you ever looked at the top of some water that has oil on it? Or like a mud puddle, a water puddle on the street with some car oil on it. If you look at light reflecting from oil, the light is refracted into rainbow colors.
Yeah, exactly.
So sometimes oil on water refracts the water, refracts the light or splits the light into different color frequencies, color energies. So he's looking at the glass, trying to see if the glass is giving off maybe a rainbow reflection that might mean it's not pure glass, but it's got some metal in it to make it stronger.
Yeah. So what else about this? I don't know. So after this episode, the light was switched off, right, to remove any hints for participants.
I sympathized with this man because I believe he's the one who deserved to be alive because he helped them out to go through this glass. But unfortunately, one who pushed him, so he fell.
How many steps did he done? Do you remember? Did he made?
I don't know, just almost they were there, maybe 3 or 4 left. I'm not sure.
Yeah, but it's a lot of chances, right? 3 or 4, so he increases the chance for everyone like for 100 times at least.
If 3 steps, that's 2 to the 3rd power, 1 chance in 8 of surviving.
Yeah. Okay, let's. It was the last one slide that we have. So that's all for today about slides. Okay, anything else about this episode should we mention? What we forgot? So about VIP persons, were they Koreans? What do you think?
They seemed American, right? They seemed American.
Yeah, American or European or someone from
I can tell you because I watched the original and they speak in American English.
Okay.
It looks like an international game. Like when they came at first, they said it's best at Korea. So maybe it tells before in Spain or America or anywhere.
Wow.
Yeah, so they mentioned the Korean games were better or something. So this is not just a Korea. Well, they are in Korea, but it seems like it's a worldwide organization. And they like the Korean games better. I don't know.
So do you think every year they change the country, they do the game at, make the game at?
It seems so.
Maybe.
Probably not, but I think that it's hard to organize such a game. So probably in Korea, this game take place like once a year. So during the other seasons, they watching other games.
Because just I remember the archive when the policeman was searching for his brother. So it seems this is not a recent game. It's been doing, for previous years or so.
Yeah,
They
long
did the
time.
same game.
At least one a year, yeah.
Yeah.
Now the question is, do they have one a month in different countries maybe? So the VIPs can travel around the world and be entertained at the same time. It's nice to have money, you know?
But not at the expense of killing people.
Just
There must be many people involving in this game because, you know, the facilities, it's very expensive. The staff, the facilities, everything, a lot,
Oh.
millions of dollars to do that.
yeah, and think about what about that the VIPs attended only the last game of the series of games, right? So they and see all the series was very expensive, right? They build decorations, they build like everything. So strange. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, they here in this series they went to the 5th and 6th games. They only went to the last 2. The first few they didn't go to. I don't know why, because people are still dying.
Yep. Yeah. Maybe because it was too crowded to make your money bet. I don't know. So
It might be, yeah. You got 456 people in the first game, so yeah, hard to pick a person to bet on.
yeah.
But apparently they're given information about the players.
Yeah.
Because when the guy that had the glass background, the glass manufacturing background, the one VIP said, "Oh darn, how did I miss that in his file?" You know.
Right.
So you can look at their background and make an intelligent guess who might have a better chance of figuring out the puzzles.
Yeah. I see.
So now just we have 3 left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who you bet the one who will win? Jehan,
Well,
right?
No, what may happen, it seems like the VIPs are betting on every game, who's going to win each game. So there might be like 6 bets per game by each VIP. That would increase the amount of money coming in. You know what I mean, Gerard?
Yes, I thought another question. Do they do the same games every year? Because they don't have a big amount of games, you know? They cannot change every year, every time the games.
I believe it depends on their evil mind. So
I would say they have to change because of the principle of fairness. The one guy that survives could tell other people what the games were, so then the next contestants might know what the games are going to be. So they might change the games out a little bit just to maintain that fairness of foreknowledge. I don't know.
But the guy that wins the game is not supposed to come back.
Yeah.
What's the point? you
will buy island.
Yeah, I wouldn't come back if I won that much money. I'd take the money and run.
And run
Would
away.
you play such a game?
No.
No, not if I didn't have to. Yep. It's for people with nothing to lose.
And I think it's they also have to like make like national colorite for this game, like Korean game. So they use Korean kids game, right? For entourage to show like national things, probably cultural things.
Yeah, Japan might call it the cherry blossom game or something. Yeah.
Okay, so we are close to the end, and see you next week to finish the Squid Game.
Thank you, Ivan. Thank you, everybody.
And will Jehan the first one or not? My bet is on Jehan, but I haven't watched it yet, so I'm.
Me too. I bet on Jihad.
Well, we know who's going to win because the heroes. Yeah. We just don't know
I
how
believe
he's
that's
going to
because
win.
his mom.
Okay, thank you very much for coming. Thank you, Teacher Lee, for your support. Without you, it would not be possible. As always, thank you very much.
Thank you, everybody.
See you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.